Oh god, I've got to drive that 90s Williams again. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Traxion channel for what could quite possibly be my final ever episode of this TOCA Race Driver 3 World Tour playthrough. I don't know if it's going to be final yet because I basically need to discover whether or not this last tier is even going to be possible in any capacity, and that's hopefully what I'll establish in the first few races of today's video. But yeah, it's been an incredible journey. We have won the Formula 1 Championship. This final tier though is ridiculous. If you saw the last episode you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, so yeah, I guess we'll talk more about it in a second. Let's fire on with it.
You got a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp. I'm gonna bend your ear. Don't let me down this time, son.
So with the settings I've had throughout the series for the World Tour mode, which is the hardest difficulty level, it's simulation, everything, that last tier was literally impossible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change some of those settings and see if we can make it even remotely possible that I can actually have a good result in this championship. If we turn off Pro Simulation Gravel, Handling and Damage, that might give us a bigger chance. Williams F1 Team Challenge, we've got to finish first, we've got so many tracks, so if this works, then this won't be the last episode. If it doesn't work, it might well be. We'll have to wait and see. There is our dreaded FW18, probably the worst car in all of racing game history. And we're going to jump straight into the Donington GP race. Let's do it. Now, I've no idea how this is going to handle, of course, so this first few laps is going to be crazy and a bit of a mystery. Let's see if it's possible with arcade handling to win this race. It's not a good start. I think I know what the problem was there. Okay, there was a problem with the wheel saturation. I think we're fine. Let's try that again. Let's see how we get on then. So with this arcade handling, I should be able to brake a bit later, carry a little bit more speed through the corners, hopefully. Still pretty understeery, but not as bad. The AI, of course, will be faster too, so it's not going to be easy by any stretch. That's me already lost my front wing. I'm going to have to restart this one, aren't I? Okay, P11 through turn 1. Could be flat through the Craner curves, no bother, 200 miles an hour already. I'm going to brake for old hairpin. Looks like the new F1 car wasn't that quick through there, so maybe there's hope. Whoa! Big drift through there. We're going to go down the inside. Look at the difference. I haven't changed the difficulty level. All I've done is taken it out of Pro Simulation mode, and to be honest, there was nothing Pro Simulation about that car anyway. We're good on the brakes. We're not quite as understeery through the corners. It's still not great, but it's definitely better. That's P8 now, so this might be possible, you know. Unless I do stupid things like that. It's still almost impossible to get the car turned in the slower corners. But we're going to end the first lap in 8th position, and we are ahead of one of the newer cars. A couple of the newer cars, actually. No! Too much, too much, too much! No! Ah, it was going so well. Do you know, I think this might just be possible. You've just got to use the throttle to turn the back end of the car at the slower corners, but it's tricky because it shouldn't work, you know. That's why you've got to kind of go against all of your instincts, and I need to stop crashing into other people. Turning off pro damage doesn't make the car invincible. Oh, that was a nice move. Nope, 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 nope. Stop overdriving. I need to rein it in a bit. I need to just chill. Remember that it's 10 laps, and if I've got the pace, I've got the pace. If I don't have the pace, I don't have the pace. There's no point trying to win it all in the first lap. Keep it on the road. There we go. That's fine. Trying to avoid contact. I'm not meaning to hit you. I'm sorry. Oi! Me and that red car have got a little bit of beef by the looks of it. Turn. Don't hit the red car. 7th place. Sixth place now. I'm not speaking much because I'm concentrating. This is not easy, even though it's an arcade mode. It still feels awful. It's just a little bit more user-friendly than it was before. Oh, got an 80s car right up in the top 5. That's not what I expected. Now it's me in the top 4. Come on, this is doable. Suddenly, we might be able to complete this last tier. I mean, I need to win the championship, which is something in itself, but Donington's never been my strongest track, so If I don't win here, it doesn't mean I can't win anywhere else, but I seem to be at least competitive, which is all that matters. Alright, I think I'm going to pit now because I've got all this pressure from behind. And I feel like we're going to have a crash if I keep going, so... Oh, okay. Let's pit now then.
Okay, what do you need done to the car?
No fuel, just tyres. Looks like the leaders are making their pit stops. It's all about how many places I can catch back up here, and I'm not convinced I've got the pace to be in the top 6. I think I'm going to end up something like 8th position in this race. There they are coming out.
Your slipstreamed. Good work.
How have I ended up behind some of these 90s cars? I swear I was ahead of all of them before. That's worrying. Okay, 7th place, 2 laps to go. I hope there's more cars in front to pit, but I'm not convinced. 7th would be a proper kick in the teeth though, because of the way the point system works. Don't lose it now. Come on. Oh no! That's 2 of the modern cars come through out of nowhere. And my game's just crashed. TOCA obviously just couldn't cope with the fact that I was on the verge of scoring some points there, so decided to throw a hissy fit. And now that I've rebooted the game, of course, as usual, I have to redo all of my setup controls. But there we go. I don't really want to go through that whole process at Donington again, especially when I was probably not going to score points. I was right on the verge of points, just to discover that the races are even harder further on. So I'm going to skip through Donington just now and just accept the loss there. Now let's see if the potential competitiveness at Donington was just a fluke, or if it's actually going to carry over. We've got Brands Hatch GP next. I'm going to jump straight in. Hope the game doesn't crash this time. Let's do it. Let's go again at Brands Hatch. Now with arcade mode, we do have a little bit more grip and downforce in the corners, but it's still not ridiculous. So it's... Oh, I still get understeer through Paddock Hill. Okay, we're currently in 13th place. Let's just see what we can do then. That corner is definitely not flat out. It's good to know. Come on, get back on the track. Thank you for the hit. Ooh! Through the old Dingledale chicane. Not happening. I'm going to restart that one and try again. Car off in the gravel at Paddock Hill. That's fine. You just cannot get the car turned. If you put the power down, the back end steps out and you lose all your traction. If you don't put the power down, the car just understeers. It's like an impossible... There's no in between. There's no in between. Whoa! I've taken off through there. Come on, get together. Doesn't seem... I mean, I've only done 1 lap. Oh no.
That's a real bad crash. Don't expect him to be pleased to see after the race.
Hey you, insect! You do that again and I'll crush you! Now crawl back under the rock you came from!
Rick! I'm going to presume that was Streatham. And he's really picked today to come and have that fight with me. Okay, so I'm going to have loads of grip at Surface Paradise, but the AI brake in really funny places, so I'm going to have to be very careful indeed. But this track is awesome in terms of the actual feel of it. It always gives me good grip. Always fun to drive on, so this might be brilliant, this race. Okay, the AI are all hitting each other. We'll sneak down the inside. Tyre rubbing. Turn. And that is 5th position, actually. That's pretty good. Now, do we have the pace of these faster Formula cars? It's these slower corners that I'm going to struggle in this car because I just don't have any low-end traction. I've hit the wall now as well. Oh, that was a big hit, and that's big damage I've got now. Just a side contact. But we've still made the move up to P4. Even with the bad damage, the car still actually feels okay. I've not broken any wings or anything. So we'll keep going. Oh, turn. That's 3rd place, come on.
The tyres are wearing, but they should hold for now.
Okay, Rick's already talking about tyre wear in lap 3, so that means we probably are going to have to change tyres. Oh no, that's my wing gone. Oh, that's bad news. That's bad news. Okay, let's go for an early stop.
Waiting on you. What repairs do you want?
May or may not have broken my car on the way in. I guess we'll see what happens. Let's try that. Oh. It was worth a shot. Another race, another 0 point scored. That one I had a bit of potentially to score some points, but yeah. I mean, Surfer's Paradise is probably my strongest track on the whole game, going on experience. And even here, I was struggling to hold on to third. There's a chance I could have won the race, maybe if I qualified, did all that stuff, but that is the best track on the game. And if I'm struggling there, there's no hope I'm going to win the outright championship against all these cars that should not be in the same class, but they are. As a final resort, let's turn qualifying on and just see. I mean, at least it gives me 3 laps to get up to speed. If I'm at the front of the grid, maybe I'll avoid some of the chaos. Maybe I can stick with the leaders. It's worth a try. Okay, first lap is a 105.84. See if we can get a little bit more time out of this thing, although I've screwed up turn 1 of the second lap, and that's probably already ruined my chances. Okay, third gear actually worked through that chicane there. Usually I'm doing second. Let's try third through here as well. Okay. It's actually a lot better. This could be something that gives us a chance at points here at Donington. I can obviously muck around with setup as well, which I haven't really experimented with too much in the past. Let's see where we are in the grid. Oh no. 19th. I'm just playing around a little bit with the gear ratios just to see if I can find something. I'm softening the front a little bit just to try and give us a better turn in. Take softer tires because we're going to need to change them anyway. Brake bias needs to go a little bit further to the front because we get some strange things happening with the rear brakes. Let's lower the ride height too. Go more aggressive on the camber as well. I'm just kind of guessing at these numbers. Let's see if it does anything at all. Let's save that as well. Nothing to lose. This is it. Last chance saloon. Am I in any chance? Am I in with any chance of being competitive? That's what I was going to try and say. Okay, the problem with qualifying now is, though, all of the modern Williams F1 cars are probably right at the front of the grid, so that might make them harder to beat because they're not kind of stuck randomly in the pack. Car's feeling a little bit better, though. Just take it easy, don't want to get any damage. That's been one of our biggest problems so far. Already up until 11th. Come on. Third gear so much better than second through there. Up into P6. Oi! What was that? I've literally just been rammed into the pits and it's broken all of my car. Right, I'm going to restart that. Abort that. There was a car trying to overtake me on the right, clearly trying to make it into the pit lane, and that ruined my race, so I don't want to give up based on that. It was actually a really good start as well, so I don't want to give up. I've made it this far. Come on. Better exit. 7th place. Come on. Oh, thank you so much. Very kind of you. I'm fighting for... Oh, the game's crashed. It really doesn't like Donington in that car, does it, this game? Well, I'm broken. The game's broken, I think. To be honest, again, I managed to get somewhere near the top 6, and then as the race stretched out a bit, I started losing positions, and I just don't think it's possible. I really don't. That has been almost a perfect lap. It's going to be a 104.3. I don't think I'm going to go any faster than that. Let's see where it puts me on the grid. Not in the top 9, but 11th, so we're not a million miles away. Streatham up on the front row for Club Bangelia Racing. So we'll see what we can do about those guys. This is the very much last chance saloon now. Like, there's no going back from this, and there's no going forward. It just needs to. It just either works or it's done. I am going full concentration mode for this race. Gonna do my best to try and win, or to try and be up there and see if we've got any hope. I'm out of options now though. If this doesn't work, if this doesn't work, I don't know what else I can actually change or do to try and give myself a bigger chance. I think that's just it. I've been pushing so hard for the past few laps. We're on lap 3, I'm in 6th place, and I'm just hanging on to the guys in front, but I think I'm probably losing time. It's not looking promising at all, unfortunately. I'm trying so hard here.
You're only 5 seconds behind the car ahead.
I'm not even that far off, I'm just a second or two a lap. And it's tantalising, but I just don't think I'll be able to find that time. I mean, this is with a setup as well. I've played around a little bit. Whatever I do here is the max. This is the max I can possibly manage. Let's pull into the pits, flat out in.
Okay, what appears to want?
Oh, AIs are being slowed up here. Oh, I've got to be careful on my cold tyres. But I am actually in the points now in P6. I've made my pit stop, it's lap 6, and somehow I've just found myself in P5. I wonder if some of the guys that were at the front were actually held up in pit stop traffic. Some of these cars haven't pitted, and I wonder if they're actually holding them up. I'm going to be inside the top 4 here. This might not be the last episode. There might be one more. It's just, I just need hope. If I've got hope, I can at least go into the next one and give it my all with a bit of qualifying, a bit of practice, and just take it seriously. Like this race, I've made no mistakes. I've been trying so hard, but there's a glimmer of hope at the moment. I'm P4, and as long as I don't get past, I could be picking up some decent points on a track that's not the best for me in this game. I think I've got one of the newer cars all over my bumper. If I can just fend them off though, which is much easier said than done. I'm trying to block them. I can't do anything on acceleration and traction though. You can see these are all the cars that were ahead of me at the start. They were obviously held up when they made their pit stop by the 80s cars that hadn't made their stops, and that's what I'm dealing with now. I've just got to look at them all. I've got to hang on from all of these guys. I've got 3 more laps. I'm actually in P3 now. I'm pretty sure that's everyone made their pit stops because I can see first and second. They're not that far ahead of me, so they've definitely made their stops. P3 is the best I can do, but can I hold on? I've had another game crash. It really doesn't like Donington in these cars, does it? That's heartbreaking. It seems to be some sort of deliberate ploy from Codemasters to stop anyone winning this last tier, because as soon as I'm in a good position, the game crashes, and I've not had a single problem throughout the whole series with the game crashing, but that's the way it is. Guys, this isn't going to be the last episode. The next episode is going to be the last episode. This is probably going to be a long one because of all the different things I was trying there and stuff like that. I don't really know how it's all going to come together, but that race at Donington has shown me that if everything's perfect, if I qualify well for every race, if I stay out of trouble, do my practice, there's a chance I could pick up some good points, and maybe, who knows, maybe I could win the championship. I highly doubt it, but I think it would be unfair of me not to at least try it and give each of the races a go. The next one definitely will be the last episode though, and I will basically speed through it and see if there's any hope of getting that championship with the qualifying. I'm just clinging on. I don't want to give up on you guys, that's what it is. You've put in so much effort to not give up on me with this series and keep on going and enjoy it all the way to the end, so it would be unfair if I didn't at least give it my absolute best shot in the last tier to try and take a final championship win. But thank you so much. That's going to be it for this one. I will see you again next Sunday, and make sure of course you subscribe to the Traxion channel if you haven't already to catch all of these episodes as they come out. One more to go, and then we'll have plenty more exciting stuff coming after this. In the meantime, keep it pinned and have a great day.